When I first started out in English language teaching, and to be honest, for many years after that, I generally felt that money wasn't that important. As long as I had enough to live on and a bit over to travel, that was fine. And who went into teaching for money anyway? But as I've got older, I've realised just how toxic the narratives around money in our profession are. Listen up, folks. It isn't that there isn't money in education. It's that the teachers generally aren't the ones making it. In this video, I'm going to be giving you some things to think about and some practical suggestions to help you realise the potential you already have to actually earn decent money with your skills and experience. I'm Rachel Roberts and I help ELT and ESL freelancers like you earn more, work less and live more fully. So then, let's talk a bit more about money, the root of all evil. Money may not buy happiness if other things in your life are wrong, but not having enough money is actually a pretty good recipe for stress and pressure. It will lead you to take on too many clients or the wrong clients in an effort to plug the gaps, and then to feel overloaded and resentful at the way you're being treated, to then not have time to look after your physical well-being, and therefore to find yourself worrying about the future and so on. It seems self-evident that financial well-being is one of the big rocks that we need to get in place first, but that's so often not the case. People will say things like, well, you chose to go into education, what do you expect? There's no money in education. Even that you shouldn't expect to make money in education, that it should be a vocation, that that's not what education is about. Have you ever heard teachers don't teach for the income, they teach for the outcomes? But all of that is conditioning. Maybe even we could call it gaslighting. If we hear these things often enough, we start to believe them and maybe even feel good about the fact we have no money because that makes us a good person, right? Have you ever thought or said things like this? I know I have. Tell me in the comments. But here's the truth. There's no reason why education can't pay well. And in fact, it often does. Just not the people working at the chalk face necessarily. Be honest, how does it make you feel if you see something on social media about someone making good money from education? Disbelief? Maybe even disapproval. But provided that they're offering good value and helping people who are happy to pay for that help and who get the results that they want, why is there anything wrong with that? We've often been conditioned into believing that making money is somehow selfish, especially in the caring professions like nursing and teaching. But if we earn more, it can free us up to help people in other ways while looking after ourselves too. And there's nothing selfish about that. Money isn't everything, that's for sure. But it doesn't mean that we should try and avoid it, not think about it, not talk about it, and not take it into account when we're making business decisions. It's not something shameful, it's just a form of exchange. You give people help and in return they give you money. And fair exchange is no robbery after all. So how can we change our approach to money? Well, just like looking after your physical health, you need to prioritize it and make time for it. Start by gaining a clear understanding of your current financial situation, including your savings, pension, and monthly expenses. It may seem a bit scary, but knowledge is power. And you aren't going to get anywhere by burying your head in the sand about this. Next, identify the changes you need to make to bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Take a long, hard look at your pricing and your business model. This will help you to grow your business faster because you'll be able to identify what aspects of your business are paying well and what aren't. If something isn't paying well enough, then you need to decide if you're going to change the format or the pricing, or if it's something you need to stop doing altogether. Maybe there's something that you know isn't paying you well, but that you're reluctant to let go of. This could be around people pleasing, but it could also be for perfectly good reasons. Maybe you enjoy this kind of work, or you get satisfaction out of helping people, even though you don't earn well. That's absolutely fine, but that needs to be balanced against your income and the amount of time you actually have available. Maybe you can decide, for example, to set aside 10% of your available working time to work for free or at a low rate. But what isn't sustainable is just doing whatever people ask you to do without doing the maths around your time, energy, and finances. Start tracking both your time and your incoming money and outgoing expenses. This might be a bit of a shock at first, but you can't make good decisions without the relevant data. If you don't have a separate bank account for your business, I highly recommend that you get one unless it's prohibitively expensive where you're based. It will save you a lot of time, which after all is money, if you can see at a glance what our household costs and what our business expenses. And it will allow you to see the full picture much more clearly. At the end of each month, work out how much money has come in and from what sources so that you can see what's really working for you or not, and how much money is going out and whether you're happy with all of those expenses. Then use that information to set goals for the next month or next 6 months and to make decisions. You can say things like, right, over the next 3 months, I want to make X amount of money in order to pay for my holiday. Then, because you know what it is that you need to charge, you can work out how many clients at what rate will bring you in that amount of money, and then make a plan to get those clients. Take control of your business rather than continuing to act like an employee. Make your financial well-being a priority. By doing this, you'll not only improve your own life, but also have the resources, the time, energy, and money to make a positive impact in your profession and beyond. Let me know in the comments what you're already doing to take charge of your finances or what you can commit to do going forward. In the next video coming up on your screen, I'm going to be talking more about how changing your money mindset can have a real impact on your earning potential within ELT.